You gotta say, I'm a working man.
Now I'm gonna say it like the brother. Man, look at them hands. You a working man.
You go all like fucking Jim Crow black on him, like look at them hands.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this. We're 20 seconds in. I'm gonna go ahead and say it, ladies and gentlemen. You want to see the beekeeper but it takes itself very
Too
seriously?
seriously.
Please go see this movie. A Working Man is probably one of the best Statham movies that I've seen. I know I said that about Statham with the beekeeper, but oh my god,
I still put beekeeper over
it's
this.
like
But this
stacking,
one is
isn't it?
Yeah, this
It's
one is like
stacking.
it's Statham movies.
I said,
oh, yeah.
well, I'm gonna say this real quick. So the beekeeper, I mean, it's not beekeeper. So A Working Man to me kind of feels like an unofficial sequel to Homefront.
It is like because there's a different classes of Statham movies. You get the beekeeper ones that are just entertaining. It's off to the races.
Yeah.
The plot ain't nothing to write home about, but it doesn't matter. It's just simple and to the fucking point.
And that's a lot of transporter. Crank was kind of like that.
Crank.
Crank
was straight up a video game.
Yeah,
Crank
but I'm
was
just saying in terms of
Crank
just
was
the
more
plot,
of
nothing
a-
crazy.
Yeah, true. But Crank was more of what I would like to call a product of its time.
Yeah.
That's probably the best way to actually describe
The
it.
fact that there was a sequel.
And then you get
Yes.
like Sue said, Homefront, A Working Man, Redemption. That was one that came. That was his probably weakest action movie because it was very dramatic more than action. But it's
Mechanic.
like the Mechanic, where it's like Mechanic is obviously a remake of the Chuck Bronson movie. So it's
And
kind of
then
like
you got,
it kept
and
that
then you
vibe.
got, but here's the thing that I noticed, and we have not mentioned this. We said Homefront, but another one I will mention is Wrath of Man.
Yes.
Yeah,
Wrath of Man. Now that's
a Guy Ritchie movie.
That was a Guy Ritchie movie, but still, it's describing the Statham that we're talking about. Where it's all right, everyone's dying. like that's it.
I also have a
that's everybody. That's the whole board. Good.
I also have a backstory where I have a family.
Of course I do. Boy. All right. Look. First off, let me say this. What I got was, oh my goodness, the bones of the structure of this movie. Yes, modern day XYZ. Statham's here. You know. Oh my God, it smells like the 80s in this bitch.
Well,
this movie, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
President.
This movie was like, hey, your brain, I ain't about to work it too hard. Shut the fuck up and enjoy.
The moment I saw Stallone's name on this for the screenplay, the executive producer,
me and Eris got right in there as the credits was going up, right? So as we sat down, right, I said David Ayers. Oh, David Ayers directed this movie.
Like David Ayers directed.
Interested.
A screenplay. Executive producer, and screenplay by Steven Seagal. Sylvester Stallone.
Don't say Steven Seagal.
Sorry.
That'll be
Steven
awesome.
Seagal wishes he could write.
Sorry, I was saying Stallone was the executive producer and the screenplay writer for this. I said, oh, this movie is about to. Okay, yeah, we're in for a ride.
Yeah, he adopted this. Obviously,
This is all I did, Chris. I leaned into Eris. Let's go.
Yeah, he obviously adopted this from a book. Now, I think what's interesting about this film.
It was from a book. No, I saw it.
It's a Chuck Dixon. Now, it's one of those. It's in that vein of a Tom Clancy type thing. You know, like it's the type of book that a man says, "I know how to read," and they read this kind of book. You know,
you're in the airport. Thank you.
Yeah. Like the Reacher books. I love the show, but the Reacher books, motherfuckers swear the books are like,
boy, there's
God
a
skip the man.
There's a lot. Of
they read one chapter and they got an entire season written up.
Hey,
First off, that's 38 Laws of Power you're talking about, sir.
I need you to stop. We are not going to invoke that book. And number two, I'm the one that invokes that book. You don't have that perk right now.
I don't have that perk.
I'm sorry. The Laws of Power, the Laws of Power, the 50 Shades of Grey for douchebags. That book.
But anyways, my thing about this movie is that D
Oh,
mentioned
shit.
80s. If this movie came out in the 80s, 90s, I could actually see Sly Stallone making this work for himself.
I can see this
Yeah,
being. I
he
could
did. It
definitely
was
see
a
this being
he
Stallone,
did.
bro.
He did do this. I mean, he
You
did do that.
know,
It was a
because
little.
that's what
It
I
was,
said.
he did because it was a little movie that he made back in 1986 called Cobra.
And that's like I feel like he walked in and did, I know you did. You know you kind of old, man. What do you know about something? If I was in the movie, and that's what he did. That's all he did. He said if I was in the movie, and Statham was like, "All right, I'm just gonna be the shorter version of that."
But Statham, like to me, and I told the guys after cause I saw this the following day, because I was like, "Fuck it, I gotta watch this movie." So I actually paid money to see this movie. I don't regret paying $10 for this movie. I ain't gonna lie. Like I was just like, you know what? Yeah, I love this. This is great.
I mean,
We got to walk out of there with the posters.
Yo, look,
two
like
posters. I love it. I love it, Eric. That was.
the
I don't know how you
whole-
did it, but you did it. I love it.
I just asked. I just
My
said, "Hey,
man-
you guys got any posters?" And they were like, "Oh, you can take the cardboard stands." I was like, "Say less, yoink, yoink."
look,
Fuck out of here. That's
what
kind
I'm
of
saying
nice.
is
I'm leaving here with something.
Statham plays 11 Cade.
Niggers.
Statham plays 11 Cade, who is a ex-royal.
I'm sorry. Say that name again.
11 Cade.
That is a Stallone made.
I'm sorry.
name.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought his
That's
name
actually
was-
from the book, sir.
Hey,
That's
guys.
not
I
Stallone.
know.
I'm
I
sorry.
know it's from the book, but I'm just saying when you look at
That's
it in the
the
movie,
Stallone name.
when you look at it through the lens of the movie, that looks like a name
But
that either
like-
Stallone or I'm gonna bring it up again, Seagal would use.
In typical 80s fashion, he is a former commando who is now a construction foreman. And, but due to this, he has a special set of skills that he dares not show out unless he's protecting his boss's daughter and some of his workers from, people that need their money and off to the races.
You know
Otherwise,
what I like. Do you know what I like?
Otherwise, he is a working man.
Yes, he's
Yeah,
a
let me
working
tell
man.
you something. Let me tell you something. The movie begins with the nigga waking up in his truck, put it on his
Because
clothes.
you see, he's a
In a
working
Dodge,
man.
Dodge Ram, by the way.
Brushing his teeth.
Boy, the second he spit out the dough, closed the door, put his hat on, I looked at Eris. Me and Eris at the same time. Working
man.
I swear to you, if I swear to God, if Statham broke out in a fucking Negro spiritual prayer at the beginning before they work, I would have fucking been like, you know what? 15 out of 10. Love this fucking movie.
Massa
And
got
the
me
thing
looking.
The thing is, we only see the whole working man aspect for a total of 4 minutes.
You know what? It's still enough. It's enough.
And it's enough to get the point across because
Yeah.
just like how he was in the beekeeper, they spent more time with the whole aspect of him being an actual beekeeper a little bit longer than him being a working man. But but it worked for the
that's
script.
what I'm saying. Like, I think,
And
like,
even
if
still,
it was
hold
just
on, even still, when one of his workers is getting harassed by a local Russian gang, right? They're getting harassed. He's already applying his ex-commando skills on the workplace.
Now, there was an intricate web.
It was
of
the bucket of
getting-
nails, sir.
Yeah, it was getting down to who was the main bad guy.
that's
And
where it
the
gets
way-
tricky.
Oh my God. Okay. Much like the beekeeper.
There's like 4 bad guys in this movie.
Yeah, this one had really 4 bad guys. The rest
One of them
just-
really didn't need to be a bad.
That really
Yeah.
didn't.
And look, everybody else just gets jump kicked and have teeth missing. But that's the thing, Chris. This movie,
Statham
much
is
like
Batman. He doesn't kill you unless he has to kill you. Otherwise, you're going in the hospital. Better
This
hope you got
movie
ACA.
this movie, much like the beekeeper, had this weird thing where they were trying to tell the story where it's like, shut up, just go to the what?
Human
Why are
trafficking.
you good? Thank you, Chris. Good human trafficking. We get it. Look, Eris ain't shit. I tell you how Eris ain't shit. Eris go, see, we have to see the woman get. We have to see the girl get drugged first. Then she has to be taken away.
Yes.
It's a system. We gotta show them the
As-
system of how they get drugged. You see,
Look, me and Eris over there, like as you see, it's a ring. It's a ring, as you see.
it's a ring. You see.
Boy, all right, look. This is one of the most fun times I've ever had at a movie theater because me and Eris put on a masterclass.
Does this
of
dwarf
riffing a movie?
Does this
Boy.
dwarf me and you in Alien Covenant?
Yes.
Oh
we
wow!
We were that fucking loud.
Yeah,
Because okay. I will give
I kept saying "working man" like at every good moment.
Kept doing it, and then
Is that Roadhouse?
Yeah,
Roadhouse.
it was my Roadhouse where every time Statham says something, whether he was like, whether he was being serious or whatever the case, I said,
working
like,
man.
Seriously, Chris, like one good example. I promise, and I said, that's the promise of a working man.
Everybody around you chuckling. Best one, this part. For the working man and all of us. Get the new Dodge. Get the new Dodge Ram.
This movie. You want look?
This
Let me
movie
tell you something, folks.
has the gall.
If you think
to bait
Marvel,
you with that,
you think
working man all the time.
All three of us, we've watched the MCU phase 1 through 3. The egregious amounts of Audi and like Acura fucking product placements and all that shit in those movies got shit on the working man and the Dodge Ram commercials for
almost every vehicle that Jason was in was a Dodge.
It was because wait a minute.
You think Mopar? You think Vin got the fucking damn thing on Mopar and Fast? Nah.
Like
this motherfucker got the Statham got Dodge.
I'm gonna say this: if it wasn't for him hijacking a bike that had invisible armor, by the way, because when the bad guys were chasing him, they're shooting at him. I get it's dark, but it's a guy on a bike on a straight line. How are you shooting him and you're not hitting anything?
That didn't make any sense.
Okay, folks, you want to tell me? Let me tell you something. There are like 18 bajillion factions out to get Jason Statham in this movie because it's like you got the bar, and basically I'm gonna break. There's a group that's from the bar, so that's like 2-3 people right there, and then you got the black dude who apparently his initiation is throwing like 15 men at you and hope to God that you survive.
Well, he's a
villain.
He's a leader of the makeshift Lost in the Damned.
Yeah, because I was like, look, because I'm sitting over there.
Rainbow Coalition, Lost and Damned.
Thank you. Because
Rainbow Coalition.
Because when it got quiet for 2 seconds, hear me. It's a very multiracial game.
I want people to understand this is how 80s this movie is, because back in the 80s, kids, your villains had to be a multifaceted black,
the big black
Japanese, Chinese,
you always got
Ukrainian, Italian, Russian.
Brascana, the Native American looking dude. I forgot his name. He helped with American Gladiators. That dude.
Yeah.
Boscano. I think that's his name. Not Boscano. I forgot.
Basically, your squad had to be part of the UN in order to be a villain faction.
And your chest had to be at least this far out. You know what I mean? You have
not Rob Liefeld over exaggerated chest, but they
you gotta build. You gotta have a build. You can't be small. You can't
not
be
just that
small.
part. It wasn't just that part. The part that got me was after he done beat like 15, 20 dudes in front of in front of this dude, I go, so you're gonna shake hands with the man, and we're just gonna sit here and pretend that not everybody in this room has a concussion.
Imagine you the nigga that got your fucking
broken leg
with a broken arm, looking at you like, really? You having coffee, nigga?
We got at least 3 shattered collarbones.
Boy, and let me tell you something. If you have the right audience, they will pop for the line that comes out of that black man's mouth. When he looked at, you're working.
Guys, time out. See,
hold on. It was the moment he stood up to say, my granddaddy told me to never shake nobody's hand sitting down. So when he stood up to shake his hand, I was like, oh yeah, you know what? No one has shaken his hand so far in this movie. And the moment he touched his hand and looked at him, he said, look at him. He said, look at that. You're a working man.
Guys, I was in a theater of me and like 3 other people. I screamed, laughed when he said
boy, the audience in our joint popped. Everybody like, Everybody turned into Peter Griffin.
He said it. He said it.
Everybody turned into Peter Griffin. It was the funniest thing.
I'm kind of mad. I'm kind of mad they didn't do that in Beekeeper when Statham said, "I'm the beekeeper." I was kind of mad a little bit that they didn't do that when me and Sue
It's
saw
so
it.
funny. My wife had to throw a shoe at me because I kept doing it for him. I'm the beekeeper. I kept doing it myself. She's like, "Shut up. He's not going to say it." I'm like, "This movie has done everything to me this damn stupid. Why are they not doing it?" And this one, no, you know what? You know what, Chris? You know what, Harris? I bet the whole time Stallone was like, "No, this is how you do it. You gotta do it. You gotta say it. You gotta say it," because the whole time they're like, "Hey, that's a working man. Yeah, that's a working man there. That's a working man there." So when he finally said, everybody go, "Oh yeah, that is a working man." Go and show your psychology. Those go. Not a lot of people do that in movies anymore.
But there's something else I need to.
I love old school Stallone now.
It's the fact that he said it and
Wisdom
everybody popped. Like we all screamed, "Oh my God, he said it. Thank you."
Now-
this movie is complete. And we still got an hour and 20 more minutes to go.
Here's my thing. I said this, and this is kind of to this movie. The derivatives of this movie that came out after Beekeeper, like the Bricklayer and all that stuff, I think there's something. It says something a lot about Jason Statham being able to actually make these stupid ass premises work, and you could probably chalk it up to the writing and stuff. But like, it's just because I think this and the Beekeeper, they just commit to the absurdity, and even with this one taking itself seriously in comparison to say the Bricklayer, which I felt that movie took itself way too goddamn seriously.
Okay. There's a problem about that because there's two reasons. Number one, you're absolutely right. If you have given that, all right, in a weird way, if you have given that to another action star that had a little bit more charisma,
Frank Grillo,
that I wouldn't want to give it to Grillo because Grillo lives there. Grillo, yeah. If you
you're right.
Batista, it probably would have floated better. It probably would have floated.
You said Scott Eastwood?
You gave it to.
No, I said Dave.
No, actually, stop. You're right. Here's the thing. Hollywood has stopped trying to force Scott Eastwood down our throat.
They went to Glenn Powell instead.
Thank you. They went to Glenn Powell instead. So if I was Scott, I'll be look. You see. What's the face is actually. Yeah, Scott Eastwood. I think he just started doing these movies now. Yeah, he need to stay in it. He might cut a good career.
It worked out for Josh Duhamel.
Hey man, look. Ryan Phillippe, he's eating. He's eating. That's all I'm saying. Look,
look.
Batista definitely wouldn't took it too damn seriously. So
hold on. Look at how he did Killer's Game. Now on the surface, Killer's Game, it's a stupid movie.
Oh,
But it was a fun end of the summer type of stupid movie, and that movie got buried by critics.
Even though it hit those same, it's the same level of absurdity as like Beekeeper.
And the reason why,
fun in Beekeeper, and even in this movie.
And the reason why is because with that movie, I will do this movie. You know what? Actually, I can't. I won't do it. Damn, Jason, we made it just for you. Well, give it to someone else. And he just walks off. Get Batista. I think Batista would be nice for you. You think he'll say yes?
Jason Statham walks off and hops in a Mini Cooper and drives away.
No, this is Jason Statham. He hops in a Mini Cooper, crashes it on purpose to fly out the front window, and he flies into the air like a superhero.
Transforms into a plane. F-35.
He doesn't transform. He's
Turbo Team.
He literally flies.
It's like that.
So he uses the Mini Cooper as a launching pad.
Sir, it's like that gif of that black minister where he's doing this and he turns into a jet. Yeah. But you know what? It's that thing where people also talk about like Hollywood doesn't make stars. I think these are the type of films because these movies only cost like 40 million, 45 million tops to make.
Yeah.
And this is the mid-budget movie that people talk about is missing, but I think they've always been here. It's just the tentpole movies kind of overshadowed them. But these type of movies have always still made money.
and you always kind of need them too. And luckily,
Well, but that's because it doesn't take much
luckily
for it
we
to
have
make money.
and here's another thing though. Luckily, we have a Statham that can actually carry a movie like this.
Yeah.
Because The Rock is way too big to be in movies like this.
The Rock is way too expensive.
Hey, look, but he also he knows his wheelhouse, so it's like, all right, I ain't gonna do that, but I will do this, and it's the same mid-budget. Oh shit, I made money because The Rock.
Look at my Samoan abs.
Yeah, Frank Grillo's in the other category. Again, you put him in a movie, you know what he can do. Boom.
You put him in the right movie.
Yeah, the right.
Not every movie is going to fire on all cylinders. High key, of course.
Yeah. But no, I like I said, I do enjoy these just silly ass movies that, like I said, there's like 5 villains in this movie. There's a subplot which I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a Working Man 2 because they're already about to do a Beekeeper 2. So
I do question. Yeah,
the way that they ended Beekeeper 1, I'm like, dude, if they don't do a sequel to this,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I was like, man, come on,
you don't just end the movie like that and we don't get a sequel.
Like, come on, Beekeeper 2, Honey's Day. You know what I mean? Like, come on, it's easy. You can
tip me with a good time, sir. All it doesn't turn into like
Beekeeper
robotic
2.
bees.
No,
all it doesn't go sci-fi. You know,
no. Beekeeper 2, Stingers out.
Yeah, you know, just that'll be a third one. Stingers out, sir.
That would be the third.
Stingers out for summer or some shit like this.
But like D brought up a very valid point starting this off. Like it's every bit of an 80s movie where it's like, you know, the sequel would be like the direct to DVD where it's like some TV actor is in the same role.
No. You said his name 4 times. Frank Grillo.
Frank Grillo plays the Jason Statham character from the movie.
All of a sudden, they're bringing up shit that happened in a movie that he wasn't in.
Because you remember when I said I'm the Working Man, right? Yeah.
I want to bring up something. And, you know, given our current climate of what we've been dealing with, there was 3 things that occurred in this movie that I sat there. I sat no, hold on. I sat there and I said it to D, and I was, and I was speaking on it out loud, and I also heard the sound of like everybody in the theater was murmuring because they were all picking up on what I was putting down.
Well, you know, gotta throw that political stuff in there.
No. And it's not like it was. I ain't gonna say it was being like extremely heavy-handed. What it was like, bruh, we see
it was heavy-handed. It was
no. If they said anything, that's the thing. There was no, you know, they didn't outwardly say it.
Well, you know, the go crowd are going to be like, I don't see anything.
No. So check, no, Chris, hear me out. Check it out.
Sorry.
The first sign was you had the spray paint. You had the wall graffiti of Ukraine. I said, okay, that's one. Number 2,
juxtaposed to the Russians.
Hold on, D. I'm saying it. Then you got the Russian mob that shows up. And then in the very next scene, we see the Cybertruck.
That piece of shit. I swear to God, that movie almost got fucking 5 points deducted because of that shit.
And I said, movie, are you trying to say something? Like, I'm glad it only happened right there in that one moment, and it's never brought up again.
Elon Musk get publicity for that bullshit. No.
How you know that? I know you.
No, hold on. No, Chris, and I wish you were there for it because I said it. D was cracking up, and people around me was cracking up. I said, hey, why isn't that on fire? That's how I know this is a movie.
Fictional story. That shouldn't even blow up.
Fictional story. like an actual working Cybertruck that's not on fire. What?
Can you imagine if they told Jason Statham at the end of the movie, in order to escape, he got to jump in a Cybertruck and escape and shit? And it blows, doesn't blow up.
No. See, he would ask, "Do I get to blow it up?"
It's your lucky day, sir. It already blows.
And he says, yeah, that's actually how you get out of it. Like it's about to blow and you just jump out of it. Oh, it's perfect. Let's do it. Let's do it, mate.
Get Idris Elba here. Crazy.
Get Idris Elba. Oh,
get
God.
Get that chocolate Adonis here now.
No. We are going to call him what he will forever be. Black Superman.
Look, Look, all I'm saying is, I need Idris
Bless you.
Elba. I need Idris Elba
Okay,
and Jason
Stringer.
Statham. I need Idris Elba and Jason Statham in a movie together, stat before I die. That's all I'm saying.
We
I
all
thought they
need
did. I thought they already did that.
It
Didn't
was
they?
a Guy Ritchie movie, you think? They
No.
were kinda sorta did?
No. I need a nobody type movie with Jason Statham and Idris Elba. I need these two in a warehouse, whether fully functional or abandoned. I don't care. I don't care. Hold on, wait. Let me finish. I don't care. Fully functional or abandoned warehouse, full shootout with infinite shotguns, just unloading on a bunch of bad guys.
Or Idris Elba pops up
with Morgan Freeman playing his dad.
Or Idris Elba pops up in The Meg 3.
Gross.
What as the voice of the shark?
Oh, bro. Can you imagine?
He doesn't talk. It's Idris Elba making sound.
Grunt sounds.
No,
No, he talks.
No.
Telepathy.
He makes the same sounds as the shark from Jaws the Revenge.
Or
the screaming shark.
Or this might go into Eris's wheelhouse here.
Uh-oh.
Jason Statham voices Silver in Sonic 4.
Why?
Just say it. That's the end right there.
I'd rather go for,
okay, so even though we did get an action movie of Jason Statham and and Jason with freaking Idris and Jason with the Hobbs and Shaw movie. No, I want a movie with just the two of them.
Yeah, I need just the two because, like I said, Hobbs and Shaw, that was a collaboration with The Rock involved, and
because I could do it without Vin.
Even though I'm going to be in the Fast series, next Fast movie.
I'm a star.
I'm a bigger star than you.
I drink my Terramina tequila. It's great.
Drink Zoa.
I drink that bullshit.
I'm gonna keep
Mahalo to all. Mahalo to all.
Mahalo.
That man. Look,
Oh,
you know that somebody. Do you know that somebody? Somebody from Hawaii said. He said, "You know why I don't like it when The Rock does that? Because to me, that's what white people do." He said, "White people do that shit." He's like, no, Hawaii's going, "Yeah, mahalo." We're like, "What's up, man? How you doing?" Nobody says. White people took that from us. We don't do that. I died. Boy.
Hey, our boy.
That's why when I hear stuff like that, it's like, that's my nigga, man. See, you like us, man. Y'all like us. Y'all go through the same shit.
Jason Momoa doesn't say mahalo. He just says bro.
Jason can get away with it because that gets some bitches. The Rock does that.
Sir.
The Rock does that and he's obnoxious. That's the difference.
Sir, when he says bro, that's how you get some. That's how
Momoa gets. You're kind of right with that. You actually, what,
bro.
You know what? You're right.
And then right. Statham says "oi," and all the women just goes to him. Oi.
Anyway. So
go see Working Man.
Yeah,
please go see Working Man, y'all. Go
Sponsored by Dodge Rams.
For the working man and all of us.
Like a rock.
See, that's Chevy. You're mixing up the brands.
Yeah, no. It's just for the working man.
The Timberlands and the Dodge Ram.
I wish he did have Timbs in this movie. I think.
By the way, this is the last thing I have to say about the movie. Jason Statham just speed runs through this whole thing. Eris, how many times did you unload? He only reloaded 3 times out of the whole movie?
Yeah, about 3. Especially in that third. No, hold on. One more thing we got to mention because he needs to be mentioned. David Harbour's in this.
Uh-huh.
I won't say nothing.
Hawkeye.
David Hawkeye.
Shut up.
David Hawkeye Arbor.
Hawkeye for Full Metal Alchemist.
I won't give. We won't give away what he does. But all I can say is, I'm a champion. That's all I can tell you.
Nah, I'm gonna say this about him. He says something in the movie, like when he was talking to Jason. He said something, and it just made me say, "Oh my god! Now I need a movie with the two of you."
Thank you. How the hell are you making a cooler movie off of this shit?
Like, how you just gonna drop a story on us in the middle of all this, and it just make me want to watch a movie about that story now?
I had jokes ready, and the movie didn't make me they didn't pull the trigger on none of the whatever. But David Harbour is in this movie. But the other thing, like I said, one more thing though, Eris, much like the reloading, like I said with speed running, I counted. And it's probably add to or take away to. But Jason Statham only got hit 3 times in this movie. Like I said, give a couple, take a couple away. But this nigga didn't get hit at all. I was dying. I leaned there and was like, hey, you know, going off of WMAC rules errors. Has anybody landed a blow on him yet?
I think he's only
like 12-2 advantage over everybody.
No, and I said, I think he's only lost like maybe 3 hit points.
I mean, yo, he didn't even get. I'm serious.
This is Thief. This is Thief Food movie.
Yo, it is. He did a straight up. He did a straight up speed run in this movie. His character the funniest thing ever.
His character didn't age at all. He still stayed at the handsome age of 18 years old. He knew that.
Oh God! All right, everybody.
This is an enjoyable movie. Go watch it.
Yeah, go please go see a working man.
For the working man and all of us.